Hawks head coach Mike Budenholzer is suspended for today's game for touching the referee Brian Forte in the game here Friday night. Darvin Ham will be the acting head coach today. For more on that, we send it over to Olivia Harlan.
Coach Ham filling in for Coach Bud, and the two men met this morning to go over the game plan, and it really worked out because Darvin was already scouting the Pacers, so there's very little prep catch-up to do. He did say the infield general may be gone, but our game plan stays the same. What is not the same, though, guys, is the roster today. The addition of Jose Calderon, point guard, active, but the Hawks plan only to use in an emergency.
Opening tip to the home team. Hawks in red today, Pacers in white. And Dwight Howard hands it over to Paul Millsap as Atlanta looks to get a quick start under their belt. Mays leads it short, but Dwight is there. Or rather, yes, Dwight Howard is there to tip it in.
I know Darvin Ham, he felt very good after their film session today, so he's looking to get his team on track.
Jeff D on the bounce. And right down the alley goes Thaddeus Young. Hawks fortunate.
That was a pretty easy shot. Couldn't get it to stay.
Thaddeus bobbing with a sore left wrist. He has sprained it in 4 games and has vaulted in tremendously. Millsap is fouled on his way to the hole. And Paul will be going to the free throw line. Let's take a look at our 4 keys to the game.
One of the biggest keys that Hawks got to have a sense of urgency right now. The season is dwindling down, so you don't want to leave anything at home right now. You want to get yourself on track. Secondly, keep the turnovers to a minimum. Hawks have had some games down the stretch here where the turnover story has been way too high. They got to keep possessions.
Paul Millsap goes 0 for 2 on the free throws. Beat after B, 1 o'clock starts.
My sentiments exactly.
Outside, C.J. Miles with a miss. And it is important if one of these teams can get off to any kind of a start this afternoon, you gain a major advantage right away. Howard inside.
And one.
With Dwight Howard, again, making his presence felt. They don't really have enough size to deal with him around the basket. There, he takes advantage of the big guys inside. You see Turner moves right out of the way. You see the overtop pass. And again, that's too much strength.
Miles Turner with the personal, sending Howard to the line for the first time today. Dwight struggled at the foul line against Cleveland on Friday night. It's his first attempt here. He's got 5. And we talked about the big game he had in Indianapolis with Jerome and Stinger on Hawks Live. 23 points, 20 rebounds against the Pacers. That was back right before Thanksgiving. It hit the Miles from the corner at 3-0. And Tabo jumps in to get it. 5-0 Hawks. Pacers have not been a great road team. They're 10-20 away from that town. Bays in the corner. Measures. Makes it. A 2-pointer for Kent Bazemore.
Turner didn't step out to guard Kent Bazemore, and he got a wide open 3.
Keep an eye, of course, on the Teague-Schroeder matchup all afternoon long. This one is right to Nate McMillan and belongs to Atlanta. Nate taking over as the head coach after Frank Vogel was shown the door. Nate, longtime assistant in Indy to Frank, and of course, a former head coach in this league in Seattle and Portland. 7-0 Atlanta. Dennis from the foul line off the Howard screen, and the Hawks started to pick things up, and they jump off to a 9-0 getaway.
But again, Turner did not step up to guard the point guard, and you're going to give Dennis that. He's going to knock that down all day long.
And when the Pacers need a bucket, they dial up their all-star. Paul George averaging 21.7. And outstanding game both inside and out. A terrific defender, one of the best two-way players in the NBA. Schroeder to the corner in Cephalosha. Stretching high to get it, Thaddeus Young. You can see his mobility. Grasping the ball is definitely inhibited with that wrist injury. Tabo's steal. And he lays it in, despite the challenge from Miles Turner.
Well, a turnover story early for the Pacers. They've made some mistakes here in the last couple of possessions.
Turner rifles the pass to Thad Young, former Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket. And Paul George is bumped on the pass. And this will go to Paul Millsap, his first of the afternoon. Darvin Ham, former head coach in the D-League, longtime NBA player and assistant coach, getting his chance to run the show today with Bud sideline. Paul George off the dribble.
Paul George, and he makes his first couple shots, and he becomes a major problem because his confidence level goes through the roof.
The Hawks caught a real break in the victory in Indy. When Paul did not shoot it well, he was 6 for 22 against the Hawks back in November. Dennis Schroeder. And Miles claims it. Overall, the Pacers are a game over 500, 31 and 30. Right behind the Hawks in the Eastern Conference playoff race. Paul George lines it up.
All day.
Paul George has 7.
And that's what I'm talking about. When you get him going like this, now you got to make a conscious effort to get out on him, run him off this 3-point line. And that's what you got to do. Those alerts on defense. You got to limit the 3-point opportunities because this team likes to shoot threes.
Second 3 for Paul George. Syphiloshin. And a 3-second violation against Dwight Howard. 11-8 Atlanta.
Okay.
Talking about the turnover story, it's always a consideration when we talk about the Hawks.
You what?
High turnover team. Hawks are at 15 a night, and that is 26
Oh.
out of 30. Shot clock under 10. Ball gets into the lane. Dumps it over to Thad Young. Tip no. Young follows.
That was created by Turner, keeping that ball alive. Gave Thad Young a chance to lay that in.
11-10. So the Pacers recovered